Hi, in this video we're going to identify the equation of a line of symmetry of a quadratic graph. Now we've got this equation of the quadratic graph here. Can we sketch it? Well, firstly remember that a quadratic graph has one of two shapes. It can either be a smiley face shape like that, or it can be a hill shape like that. And remember, we get the smiley face shape if the number in front of the x squared term is positive. So it's some positive value x squared. It could be, for example, just 1x squared plus something, etc. And if it's a negative number, like y equals minus x squared, minus 2x squared, etc., then you get this hill shape like this. So in this particular example, if you consider the expansion of this, this would be minus x times x, which is minus x squared. And then we don't really care about the rest of the expansion. We can see that it's a negative x squared term. Therefore, it's going to be a negative quadratic. It's going to be this shape here, right? So it's going to be the hill shape. And then remember, we can also see where the x-intercepts are by making y 0. We've seen that in previous videos. So when the y value is 0, then you've got 0. If we substitute that into this equation, making y 0 is equal to minus x brackets x plus 4. And remember, when you've got a product of two things is equal to 0, then at least one of these things has to be 0. So either this x here in the product is 0, so x is 0, or x plus 4 is going to be 0. And what plus 4 is 0? Well, it's minus 4. So that tells us the x-intercepts of the graph. So when y is 0, x will be 0 or minus 4. So that's enough to sketch this graph. Let's do it. So we indicate the x-intercepts of 0 and minus 4. So 0 and negative 4. Remember, with a sketch of a quadratic graph rather than a plot, we don't need to put any numbers on the axes other than where the graph intercepts the axis. So we need the minus 4. We don't need to put 0 because it's just at the origin, but we don't put any other numbers. We don't have a scale on the axis. And we said it was a hill shape, so it's going to do this, yeah? Like that. Now, where is the line of symmetry here? Well, you can probably see that the sort of line of symmetry is going to be like halfway like that, because if you were to mirror this right side of this kind of line of symmetry, you can see it's reflected to give this here. So that is your kind of line of symmetry. Now, the line of symmetry always occurs halfway between the two x-intercepts, the two roots. So these are your two roots here. This is a root, your x-intercept. Here's the other root, the other x-intercept, where the graph cuts the x-axis. And this line of symmetry is halfway between these two roots. So this point in the middle here. Now, all you've got to do is just find what's halfway between minus 4 and 0. Well, you can just probably see by inspection, it's just minus 2. But if you want to find the number that's halfway between two values, you can just add them and divide by 2. You just find the mean. So minus 4 plus 0 divided by 2 is minus 2. So we can see this is going to be minus 2 here. Now, the equation of any vertical line is always going to be in the form x equals something, because any point on this line here, the x value is always minus 2. So the equation of that line of symmetry is going to be x equals 2, and that is the final answer.